assess where Justin's at right now?
Yeah, he was out there at individual yesterday, and I think it's day by day, just waiting to see how he feels, and we're going to kind of progress through the rest of this week and see how it goes. But I think that we've approached it the right way, and again, I think he's day to day.
Can you offer any insight into what we've seen? And what I mean is, he didn't throw today. He did throw yesterday. Is there any explanation as to why?
Yeah, you want to make sure that he goes out there to actually throw to see how he feels, and then you want to get back to resting. So that was the thought process, was, put him through individual, get him out there, throw, perform, the plan, and then see where he is, and using today as a rest day, and then seeing where we go, here over the weekend.
How do you look yesterday?
Look good. I mean, he's tough, and he doesn't feel great by any means, but he was able to go out there and throw the football, and I think a lot of it was just seeing his response to each throw, and then obviously after practice, and then this morning. So we're just going to keep knowing more as we go.
It looked like, at least in portion open to us, he took the same amount of throws that he normally would.
Right.
On a Thursday. Was it the same normal work pattern of a Thursday practice?
Yeah, he started out in those routes on air, group routes, and did what he normally does, because we wanted to make sure that we saw him make the throws that he would have to make in the game. So it was same as yesterday.
Still at the point now where it's pretty much a comfort thing with him, like how much he can manage?
Yeah, it's just going to be that, and again, we're going to put him first moving forward in terms of that, and he's been great in communication with us and his team, medical people, and again, with the nature of that type of injury, it's going to be day to day.
With his, if he's out there, how much does his injury alter your play calling?
Of course, a little. A little bit, but not a lot in terms of the overall approach to playing against Jacksonville. But, I mean, we go into every game with our quarterback being the biggest asset on our team. So our protection plan and the run game, all of it is with our quarterback's security in mind. That's the way we do it here. So that part won't change. There could be some of the, the run game elements to the plan that you would limit, but as it relates to how we attack Jacksonville, probably not much at all.
Kind of a long list of pertinent guys who are dealing with injuries. Keenan, Corey, Donald, Trey, and J.C. Just starting with J.C., what's kind of going on with him and his ankle?
We wanted to use this week as a rest week for him coming off the game. I think played every snap in the game for us, and we just want to make sure for the long term that this guy's good to go. As you guys have seen them out there, there hasn't been a setback per se. That's not what's happening, but I think we're just keeping the long term in mind with him and making sure that, he's building for a full season. And, that's where that's at with him. But he's in good spirits, and, I like where he's at.
And what about Corey?
Corey is just working through that knee. We're really trying to get him as much rest as possible. He's a guy that you can afford to rest because of his experience. You rely on games played and time on task. And so with him, it's just more about the rest and trying to get that thing strengthened and minimize the amount of pounding that he'd be out there on the field for practice.
Corey, is this something you're going to be...
Keenan will be able to come back?
I think Keenan is 50-50 for the game. We were able to see him. You guys were able to see him yesterday at practice. Again, similar. Want to make sure that we give him a day of rest and then see how it is over the next 48 hours. But I think he'll be more of a game time decision.
Just with Corey, how much are you going to have to manage this now for the remainder of the season?
Oh, this is a short term, but I mean long term. That's what we would do with anybody with Corey's position that's played as much as he has. I mean, we'll do it with all the guys that have played as much football as he's played. That's kind of at the forefront of how we practice and why you develop younger players. And the big part is getting them as much rest, because what you really need from them is to be good at the game.
Is it the veteran factor on if a guy doesn't practice all week, you're more confident putting him in the game maybe compared to a second or third year guy who doesn't practice all week?
I just think it's player to player. I think, there's certainly young players that you could trust. I just think it's player to player, specific to the player. And, again, it's case by case.
When You mentioned on Wednesday you thought the decision with Justin could go to game time. Are you still of that mindset?
I think so, Jeff. Yeah, when I say day-to-day, I believe that. I think we're prepared either way with the contingencies. And I think our coaching staff's done a good job of that, and our players are prepared for that. So, that's just kind of the nature of what's happening right now.
Did Ian have a setback from yesterday to today? Yesterday was limited, and then today did not practice, or was that just more of a rest?
Just more of rest. Making sure that we, he's got to go out there and do a little bit to kind of show where he's at. Because yesterday's a little bit more, it's a bigger practice. So, just seeing him out there in practice yesterday, and then give him an extra day, and then we'll see where it's at in the weekend.
How did Chase look taking reps with the one this week?
And Chase looks like how he always looks: steady, poised, command, accurate, tough. All the things that Chase is known for. And our team really believes in him and Easton because they've proven it. They've proven that every day in practice. So he attacks the plan the same way, and that's part of the reason why he's been so successful in the league.
Is Chase definitely
in practice with the increased reps?
Say that one more time.
How did Easton look in practice with the increased reps?
Easton's getting better. Like I said in the off season and during training camp, he's an improving NFL player. And doing a great job for us on the work team, and continues to improve his game, and again have confidence in both of those guys for sure.
Is Chase definitely starting if Justin can't go?
Yeah, Chase will be the starter. Yeah, would be the starter.
How are you feeling?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing great. It's a nice Friday, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How are your ribs feeling, or your injury?
Oh, I feel good. Thank you.
Can you take us back to last Thursday and kind of what you felt on that play before you went out onto the sideline?
Yeah, I'd have to take a look another look at the film. I think I left the ball a little bit high. Got tackled and kind of fell, but we've had plenty of time since then, so just doing our best to be prepared for this week.
Justin, you went out for a play and came back in and took another hit. Did that worsen things at all for you with the injury?
I don't think so. I think I was able to finish the game, and unfortunately we fell short in that game, so it's a tough loss. But I thought we did a lot of good things that game, so there's a lot to build off of.
What has the treatment been like over these last 8 days or 9 days or whatever it's been? How much improvement have you made since Thursday night to now?
Yeah, there definitely have been improvements. I think the most important thing is just to be prepared for Sunday and do your best, and whatever that looks like. Just do everything you can in the treatment room, the film room, out on the field, whatever it looks like, but just to be ready.
You threw on Thursday, during Thursday's practice. How did you feel throwing the football?
I felt good.
Brandon said you're wearing a rib protector. Have you been wearing that this week?
Mm-hmm. The rib protector is normal. We've been wearing that for a while.
Okay, so is there any extra kind of protection that you've been wearing around your ribs?
We haven't been fully suited up yet, so I think it's just the normal rib protector that we've been wearing.
Okay, so if you wear something extra on Sunday, is that something to kind of get used to, or how does that work, or how does that feel as a quarterback?
I think that's an area on the quarterback that doesn't usually tend to have too much impact on the throwing motion. So whatever you add or whatever you take off, I think it's a normal.
Determines whether or not you can play.
I think there's a lot that goes into it, and thankfully we have a couple of days left before we play. We don't play today, and so that's up to us, our team, to make the best decision so that we're ready to go on Sunday.
In your football life, have you ever played with that much discomfort like you did the other day?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
With that much pain or discomfort like you had the other night?
Yeah, I think football's a game where you play with a lot of discomfort. I don't think anyone ever really feels good during games. The NFL, it's a physical, tough league, and week in and week out, guys are dealing with things. So, that's just part of the game of just being tough and making sure that your body's ready to go when you play.
Is this the most severe injury you've had playing football?
No, I broke my femur, and that was pretty bad.
Yeah, that would be.
Have you dealt with this specific rib cartilage issue before at any point in your career?
I think it's just part of the game. I think there are a couple guys on the team that have kind of dealt with that. It's all about how you feel and how you go out there, and there's a lot that goes into it. But just being prepared and going out there on Sunday and whatever you.
Do you think you're going to play Sunday?
Sorry to finish yours. I think, like I said, there's a lot that goes into it. But just to be prepared for everything you can do on Sunday.
Sorry about that. Do you think you'll play Sunday?
I don't know. That's a decision that we've got a couple of days left to make. We don't play today, and so we play on Sunday. And whatever the plan is, I know that our team's gonna be prepared, do everything we can, and so that decision will be made on Sunday. And haven't ruled anything out.
Will this be one of those situations where you work out before the game and take it up to up to game time? Do you think?
I'm sure that's probably the plan, just to see how it feels on Sunday. There's a lot that goes into it, and so for the next couple of days, just to relax, rest, and make sure that I'm at my best until Sunday.
Justin, everybody was worried in that Thursday night game on that 3rd and 2 where it looked like you just threw the ball away, where it looked like you tensed up. Just what happened on that play, and then was it adrenaline on that next play to complete the 30-yarder?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think looking back, I probably could have ran for the 3 or 4 yards to get the first down. But I think that's something that during the game, I felt like that was the best decision to make. In hindsight, I probably could have changed that. But to have those guys out there, and especially to have Dre on the next play go out and make a play like that, I just had to put it out there, and he went and ran across the field and caught it. So, I'm thankful that one worked out.
You took a shot to the ribs your rookie year, week 3 against the Panthers, and you went out for a play. Is that similar to what you're dealing with now in any way?
No, I think I might have just got the wind knocked out of me that play, so I think it's a little bit different.
How familiar are you with Trevor Lawrence, and have you followed his career as a young quarterback?
Yeah, I've never had the chance to play against him. I've got a lot of respect for his game. He's very talented, very smart, and I'm wishing nothing but the best for him.
Justin, as you go through treatment options with Sunday approaching, how much awareness is in your mind about kind of the situation where you took over as the starting quarterback with what happened to Tyrod and a rib injury?
I think every situation is different, and you have to take a look at what's best for you. And I'm certainly going to do everything I can to prepare and be ready to play on Sunday. But at the same time, it's important to rest, relax, and get everything good to go.
You've spoken highly of Chase and Houston, how they help you get ready. Has that been different at all this week? Are they helping you prepare normal?
It's been a normal week. They've done such a great job all year, all camp of being ready to go and studying the playbook, and we trust those guys out there and they're playmakers. And to have Chase and as much experience as he's had, and to Easton is as athletic as he is, there's special parts to both of their games. So they've done a great job all camp long.
Looking ahead to Jacksonville, how much does that defense kind of pique your attention, especially after they did last week?
Yeah, they've got a really good front seven. Those guys get after the rusher, or those rushers get after the passer, and they've been able to force a lot of turnovers. And so they're really well coached. They've got a lot of athletic guys on that side of the ball, and they get after the passer. So it makes for a really tough defense.
Justin, not throwing and practicing today, was that just part of the progression and plan, or was that more of a reaction to like how you felt yesterday after throwing?
Correct. That's part of the plan.